Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously on Tavern Tales, we've left the inn in search of Florida Man, the last member of our party, and the one with the knowledge on how to get where we're going.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
Standing outside the prison, concrete building, cells, open air, bamboo, constructed, pounded into the earth. Looks really sturdy. Several prisoners in the cells.
Oh, we might be able to go talk to her.
Oh, if there's several, we probably should find out which one it is. Ugh.
You're not just pretty. There's more in there.
So Maryland walks up to the guards and starts...
I didn't say there were any guards.
Oh, Maryland just walks up to the prisoners and starts chatting.
Sure.
Best prison
She
ever.
gets to the first cell. What are you in here for? Not a talkative one? Okay, bye. Goes to the next cell. What are you in here for?
The person looks severely dehydrated with chapped lips, all but skin and bones, wearing very little clothing, laying on a bench. And they look up and they say, I don't even know anymore.
Oh, that's pathetic. Sad. Okay, then.
Do you have any water?
I dig around through my bag
Take
and...
one of those beers.
I was going to say, you have two beers in your hands. You can't be like, no, I'm nothing.
I actually forgot I had both those in my hands. I look at them, looking like I'm really deliberating if I want to sacrifice a beer. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Here you go. And I stick it through the bars.
Right. And they manage to... The bars are not wide enough for you to put a whole beer through. So he, gets his mouth there and pour him some beer.
Don't I have a cup in my bag? I want to pour beer into this guy's mouth. Maryland
Okay.
Yeah, she'd rather just be able to pour my cup and go. That way she doesn't also have to give all of her beer away.
Oh my God. You have a problem. Can your flaw on the back be friggin' just alcoholism?
We say as Kyle takes a sip of his beer. Provided by me.
So thirsty.
Yeah. Maryland digs out a cup in her bag, pours a beer into the cup, making sure it's right full, hands it through the bars. There you go. Later. She walks over to the next one.
You go to the next cage.
Okay, what are you in here for?
Oh, big trouble. Probably die tomorrow, says half-orc.
Oh, take out any knees lately?
Why do you ask?
Just wanting to know.
Yeah.
What specifically are you getting hung for?
Bunch of stuff. Attacking people in daylight. The usual. What's up?
Right, so you're a prospect. Interesting.
Looking for help with something or something? You public defendant? Help me get out of here?
Something like that, maybe.
Cool.
I'll put you on the list.
Well, because I'm assuming we're all there. Are you
Sure.
by yourself?
Oh, I don't know. I
was
just started
thinking we're
asking.
following you
prisoners.
around.
Yes, you're definitely there.
Yeah. Doing any adventuring lately?
Always.
Been anywhere lost?
Oh my goodness, stop speaking in riddles. Do you know where the Shrine of Tamoachan is?
Why do you want to know?
Just answer the question.
Who are you to ask?
Hmm?
Who are you to ask?
I think we should move on from this guy. I don't think he knows nothing.
Oh, you talking about? I know tons of stuff. You get me out of here, I can take you anywhere.
He just wants out. Let's move on to the next cell.
But he could, I don't know.
And I move on to the next cell.
We'll come back to you.
You keep that thought in your head. We'll be back for more.
You just wait right there.
See you
He's
later,
not
stud.
going anywhere.
At least not till tomorrow.
Because you're going to get killed.
You guys are awful.
The next cage is occupied by Florida Man.
Oh,
I'm laying on the floor.
you there. What are you in here for?
Oh, this and that. It's like the last one.
Anything more specific?
The truth of vengeance.
Wow.
I thought I
Okay.
spoke in riddles.
Let's skip to it. Do you know where the city of Tamoachan is?
Unfortunately.
This is our guy.
I'm a woman. Fuck you.
It's all right. I always get mixed up, too. You can be my friend. Hi, I'm Alabama.
All right, so Florida Man like gets up off the floor, dusts herself off. It's like, why do you want to know where that lost city is exactly? Because it's kind of horrible there, and most people die.
Well, ma'am, we're looking for my sister.
My lover.
Do I know the?
It would have been a different expedition, right? Because your whole group was dead, so we're still hoping. If Arizona's dead, then we don't have to go.
Do I know Arizona Walker?
You tell me.
I believe that I have heard of her or know of her previously, but she wasn't on the expedition that I was on. If that's cool. Oh, you look like Arizona, which is weird because you're a guy.
So then you'll be able to help us find her.
Well, I mean, I don't know where she went exactly because I wasn't on the same trip. You know the company, the expedition company, like they pay you to go and try to find all the stuff and
I'm aware of such facts.
yeah.
Well, all right then.
What's going on?
We're getting you out of here.
Oh.
And you're going to help us find her.
Oh.
Because we're friends now.
I mean, unless you'd rather stay here and get hung in the morning.
No.
And I'm not talking the nice
But
way.
can you go get my stuff? My stuff.
Oh, of course. Yeah, for sure. We'll do that tonight.
Where's your stuff?
I assume it's with the guards.
Make an insight check, Marie Claire.
Sure.
For Flo.
We just a bunch of bad apples.
Oh, a solid 4.
Cool.
I know nothing. Well,
Jon Snow.
you guys are all coming back tonight, you say?
Well, let's not broadcast it to the world now, shall we?
You just said that.
Keep it on the down low.
Like yelling it almost. Okay. Well, I guess I'll see you tonight. I'm going to go back to sleep.
How come we ain't come across any guards here?
Yeah, this is a weird setup. I'm assuming there's magic or something. Oh, can I detect magic? I'm suspicious. Is that cool?
Can you detect magic?
May I detect magic?
Fuck. I don't know.
going
May
to
you?
I'm gonna detect magic.
You
Oh,
cast a
that's
spell?
just a spell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know.
I like barbarians. They just hit things. They don't have to do spells.
Think about stuff. All right. Cast detect magic,
I
please.
don't know about
Kaboom.
nothing.
Detect
Detect no
magic.
spell.
Cast the spell, please.
What does it sound like?
I know. Sorry. I had to look it up. Give me a second. Gee. Ooh, it's magic. I forget there's the song.
Ho, 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 it's magic, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Believe it's not so.
Oh, it's magic. Do 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 do. I don't know though. I should have picked a better song. First thing that came to mind.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a weird start for your character.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but I'm sticking
You
to
don't
it.
see any magical things.
No.
You see magical items on some of the people around you,
Okay.
but you do not see any magic associated with this prison.
I'm so confused.
So, like, where are the guards if this is a prison?
I mean, I get food every once in a while. I don't know.
When did they come? Like, how long ago was that?
What? It's midday, right? Oh, like they came in the morning. They usually like to starve us through the day. So sometime in the afternoon or late or evening, they'll come again with the gruel. But I've only been here for like 2 days, so
But they just come and
I've been here longer.
left.
Less than a day. Okay. I've been here for like, I don't know, a hot minute. I've just been napping.
Got your gruel and had a nap. Have you noticed where they come from? Or
Literally, I just got here, so no.
you could talk to the other less talkative person next to you.
Can I look around for like a watch house or where the guards might be hanging out, watching a local sport game or something?
Can you?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Cool. I'm walking around. I see buildings. They're brick. There's a door.
Owls.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, Kyle. Is this a chance where I actually roll?
What her character says as she blearily wanders around.
I see brick.
I see doors.
Well, then I have to do it in the right voice. I mean, it was close, so never mind. I see brick. I see doors.
So then while Maryland is just giving us a audiobook of what she sees, I pull out one of my pots of paint.
Okay.
And I'm going to paint a skeleton key on the ground.
Okay.
And then once it's created, I'm going to unlock the cage that Florida Man is in.
Okay. You're going to need to make a really difficult check to make the right kind of key to open this lock. Because you don't even know what the tines are to make a skeleton key and whatnot.
Could you make a Florida man size hole in the bars?
I could do that.
It's not even bars. Again, it's made of bamboo.
Can we just drop kick it?
Bamboo's
It's
pretty
really strong.
Bamboo's really strong.
And it's held together with a really, really strong rope and whatnot. Also, that doesn't solve the problem of Florida Man's gear.
yeah, we still have to get his stuff.
Okay, so before
Sorry,
before we
Flo.
break out Florida Man, maybe we should find the gear then. I'm going to guess before we start alerting people.
You and your good ideas today.
Tell us how you're going to find the gear. Tell us what you see.
Does everyone forget that I said there was a concrete building right next to the garden?
Yeah, we did not know that. Sorry,
he
or
did.
listen,
We
or
did.
hear.
There's a concrete building, cement concrete building, and next to it, adjacent attached to it, are a bunch of cells made out of bamboo and open to the air. As you walk up to it, it's like a little square, like an open area, like a cul-de-sac sort of thing. And in the middle of that is where all of the scaffolding is and the guillotine is set.
Okay. I pictured something different.
And of course, there are other buildings around and whatnot too, but that's what you see.
Bricks and doors.
I'm going to walk up to that concrete building.
Yeah.
And I'm going to knock on the door.
Sure.
You could probably just walk in. I just turn the knob and I walk in.
Okay, fine. I'll I'm following behind Tara.
I'm assuming it opens.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So let me get this straight. Maryland walks up and knocks on the door. And after Maryland is done knocking on the door, Penny just throws the door open.
Well, I say you could probably just open it. And
And then
I
you open the door.
door.
Okay. Roll a d20.
I assume it's like a building you're supposed to go in. Like you wouldn't knock before you go into like a...
Can you just roll a d20?
Yeah, I can. 9.
Yes. You smash the door into somebody's face
Oh.
as they were coming to get the door when somebody knocked. And they're like, what in 9 hells you doing?
I give him a blank, like, wide-eyed stare. I'm like, I didn't expect you to be there.
Why'd you knock on the door?
My friend and I are not good with doors.
Whoa. Don't drag me into this. I'm the one
Who
that knocked.
knocked?
This is definitely a male. What's the race?
They're a half elf, half orc.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
That's also why I'm wide-eyed. I'm like, whoa.
Don't see one of them every day.
No, I don't.
Although I can't judge, but still like, Yeah, like, sorry, we're not so good at doors.
What are you doing here?
It's a great question. I think, Marilyn, you got this. And I point at her with finger talons.
Hi there. We're
You
looking.
have hands.
I have talony type things.
You have hands.
I have hands?
Actual hands. How would you hold a weapon otherwise?
I really...
You have long hands, like really long arms.
Sorry.
Really long arms and
Yeah.
probably quite long fingers as well. But you have to have actual hands. You're not a creature, like a
You're a
viable creature
yeah, I
unless
guess
you've
that
got
makes sense.
hands.
pterodactyl person,
Yeah,
like not a pterodactyl.
Okay, well, I got really long fingernails.
fine. Worked for me. Yeah, talons they are for sure, but you don't have to offer a talon to people.
It's like
You
that
can
Chris
literally
Evans
offer
meme with like
your
the
crazy weird
with
hands.
the like fingernails, like that. That's how you paint them too.
Oh, of course.
I give that to you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's my gift.
Hi there. We're just looking for some stuff, like some armor and some stuff.
This is not a sales place. It's just down the street. This is the guardhouse. This is a prison.
Oh, I'm sorry. One of the...
That's okay. He goes to close the door.
No, sorry. 1 second, sir. And I hold the door open because
Excuse me?
we're looking for armor from one of the prisoners here. It doesn't belong to her. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, just be paying you a visit later, I guess.
My sword in his belly. Bah!
No. I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Now would be a good time to talk about alignment. Because once again, I run a world that is not good and evil. It is selfless or selfish. And I would like to make sure that everyone has marked on their character sheet what sort of person they are. Are they selfish or are they selfless?
I put chaotic selfless.
Lovely. Lawful is still an applicable stat because that's how a person exists in the world. But if you wrote N or TN on your character sheet, you have to erase that now because that's not a viable character alignment in my game. You're either selfish or selfless, because if you're going to say, no, I'm neutral, and then you just get to play on either side of the fence, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but I'm selfish.
That's fine.
So I would be selfless.
Cool. Now, selfish person, I want you to also recognize I'm a good person. She's just selfish and thinks about herself first. Cool. Because we are all heroes. You're all heroes at the end of the day. And we want to hear a podcast about our heroes and their heroic adventures. So let's make sure we think through those things first. That's my one mandate. I don't want to hate your characters.
Fair enough.
Cool.
I'm sorry. You might hate my character for other reasons.
Oh, yeah. That's never going to happen. Okay.
Florida man continues to twiddle her thumbs.
Now, the guard guy, seems like be the only person you could see in this larger building, starts to close the door. Anything else?
I'm going to intimidate him. I don't think you understand. That is our gear that she has, and we need it now. It doesn't belong to you, and it didn't belong to her, and I insist that we get it back now.
Sure. Since you did so well, what is the threat that you're going...
Oh, that's fair.
What is the intimidating threat? Because right now it seemed like it was more just a persuasion skill.
Yeah, if you don't give us our armor and our stuff, then you're not going to like what happens next.
Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry. What's the stuff that you need?
Everything that you got off of that Florida man.
Who?
The woman.
You're telling me.
The woman that you just brought
that all
in.
of the things belong to you and not to her.
Yes.
All of them.
She is a thief. And
Make
she
a
stole
deception
all
check.
of my stuff. Dang it. Deception's not. 21.
Well, okay. You can come in.
So I kind of barge in. Larger
Sure.
than life. I think I have to duck down because I'm 8 feet tall. And it's
Yep.
like just at the height. And I stand there with my arms on my hips, just waiting for my stuff.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm taking a look of the place around and see if there's anything else worth grabbing tonight. Kind of just very
You're going
inconspicuously.
inside as well?
Yeah.
I'm just going to be kind of standing outside of the door. So I'm standing outside of the room that they're in, just so that if
You're outside.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm outside.
I'm still talking to Florida Man.
Okay, cool. What's that going on there?
I think I'm just trying to get to know her more. And because she's the closest thing in probably the last couple of months that's come to being anywhere near Arizona. So I'm just trying to kind of understand who she is, her purpose for the going on the first expedition or the one that she was on. And like, I've assumed she's my friend at this point.
Yeah. Florida man's going to do some squats, a little bit of lunges, trying to, limber up for the obvious breakout that's about to happen. And, I shake the cage a little bit and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I can just misty step out of here.
Son of a bitch.
I still need my shit though. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like trying to see where they went, and
Can you come with me? You're going to have to pick out the things. They're all in a big pile.
Okay. So I'm just going to pick the best enough. She says to herself.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I can just pick out like a good adventures pack and armor.
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
giant pile of gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also like 6 other guards in the area as well. And they've all come over while you're standing there. Aaron, 4 guards come up from the, walking down the road where you were walking down before. You see you standing at the door, and they start walking towards you. And Chelsea, your character Maryland dimly makes out that, seems like Penny is surrounded by like 7 guards at this moment.
Hey, that thing you got there is pretty sweet. What? Let me see it.
Says one of the guards, pointing at something on your personage.
Oh, this old thing? Oh, it's just a bone pipe.
Oh, it's very nice. Where did you get it?
Make a perception check.
Probably not good, but 9.
Yeah, there we go. Rocking it.
Yeah.
So the one guard who's hastily looking through this stuff for you, it looks like he's legitimately afraid of you. Looks like he's legitimately trying to find out what this stuff is that you need to get sort of thing. And one of the other guards, the one who's asking about the bone pipe, says,
So, how did this person come to have all these things of yours?
Like I said, she stole them.
Oh, how?
It's a little bit embarrassing. I'd rather not. I don't know if you've ever been stolen from, but it's not a glorious thing, and I'd rather not get into it right now.
Perfect. Chelsea, make a perception check.
10.
We're doing great.
Okay.
I think we're going to die. New character sheets. Nice knowing you, Penny.
Okay.
I like that sound.
No, I don't like
The sound of all the dice coming out of the...
There's 6 guards and then 4 more guards and then...
So, I mean, you're really caught unawares at this point. Standing there as these guards then start raining blows down upon your head and shoulders.
No.
Can I ask a question, Kyle?
Sure.
So you seem to make a judgment call about what the best way to handle this situation and not the difficult way. But us around the table, like I literally couldn't figure out how to get my own shit out of this situation. So that kind of sucked.
It's just like I wanted you to have a conversation with guards. Like I wanted a conversation with guards to happen.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine with knocking on the door or just opening the door, but you did both. So that set things off in a weird way. But then her immediate was, I'm going to intimidate this guy to get this stuff
That
and then
wasn't the
drop a
immediate.
deception.
It
Yes,
was after he kicked us out.
He started to close the door and said
Yeah.
goodbye.
It just felt like you seemed to have an idea in your head about how the situation should be handled. And it seemed like you had a better idea than us. And then I don't know. It felt super weird when you were like, why do you guys have to deal with things in the most difficult way when it's like, well, we didn't have any other ideas
Yeah.
at the
I
time.
just don't understand why the initial goal of this entire group is to go around and intimidate and insult and bludgeon people.
Well,
I've
It's
never
not-
like
it's
that
not-
to
though.
talk to them. That was my one like where are these guards aren't even here? We're just gonna bust them out. And I'm like, nobody wants to even talk to the guards to see what options you have available to you. It's like,
Well,
no
'cause-
combat.
because we didn't have any guards. Like that. It's just like we can't.
Well, yeah, because all the guards were inside the building.
Yeah, but we didn't know that. Like we can only deal with the information that we know.
Okay, so you went to the building and you opened the
And
door.
we tried to talk to the guy, and he's
So,
like, "Leave."
I think that the part of
Yeah.
the problem is that in your effort to have us describe things, you don't necessarily always set the scene fully anymore. So you're like, there's no guards. And you don't say like, hinting at like, well, do you want to look around for guards or whatever? Because let's face it, some of us don't always come up with the best ideas in the moment. I'm talking about myself with presented information, and I've made very stupid decisions because of not necessarily having prompting from the GM to say, here's a few options. If we're feeling like we're getting like totally, because instantly we fall down these traps very quickly, and it's because maybe not necessarily we have all of the, what can we do in these situations always presented. And I know that it's up to us to be like, oh, what can we do? But sometimes we can't always. It's like a conversation because it's shared storytelling. Because you seemed very frustrated with the fact that we fell down this like trap very quickly. And I just want to like get ahead of that before it kind of goes much further. They said, where are the guards? And it's like,
I think part of it is that you anticipate us to roleplay a certain way, and then when we don't go for what you think is obvious, because it's not obvious to us, because we don't have the story.
that's at least how it felt to me, was like you had an idea in your head of where we would go, like what Chelsea was saying, and we didn't do it. And then suddenly we're going to be dead. But we don't necessarily think of all the options in the moment to be like, oh, and we forget that we can ask the other players around the table what to do, right? I'm very concerned about you seemed very instantly frustrated with us.
Instantly?
As soon as they entered the prison door, you seemed really mad.
Yes. I got frustrated immediately with I want to intimidate this guy, but I don't even know the situation I have in front of me at all. But I'm going to intimidate him because I want to be in charge.
So
it also seems to have cut Aaron and Paige out of the conversation entirely.
So if you don't feel like we're walking into a situation with enough knowledge, you can prompt us with, would you like to look around? Would you like to do X? Because sometimes we don't even see that we're walking into a death situation, I think. Because this has happened like multiple times throughout the 2 other things where we're like leading ourselves merrily into destruction. And I know you have a particular style where you like to be like, hey, questions, or you present, like, tell me what this looks like, tell me what it is. But sometimes we miss stuff and you seem to get frustrated instantly with that.
I can definitely see both sides. Like, I understand where you're coming from, and I do see where like more information can be provided for us to make more meaningful decisions. But on the other hand, a lot of times when we go into things, we either intimidate or like we do very negative actions that are going to result in negative consequences. And that's why I was like, can we bail them out? Like, can we offer money and pay bail and get this rather than let's intimidate, steal this stuff and break them out? You know, like all 3 of those actions are super negative. So I can see on both sides where that's kind of coming in.
But like you made that like call before we even got to the prison, and then I think that like the lack of guards like really threw people off. And then there wasn't like well, would you like to look for the guards? Would you like to scope out the place? Like,
yeah, but I think
shared conversation first.
But like by this point, with how many podcasts we've done, I feel like we should be able to prompt ourselves a little better.
I know.
In a more positive
what I'm saying
direction.
is that our group is out of practice of like calling for help with the other players too. That's what I said was
and I also like, just in this instance too, I might have misunderstood information too, because it sounded like there was no guards. That's it, period. There are no guards to go and talk to. So I was
your
like,
character's also like ridiculously drunk. So
yeah. I mean, I'm drunk, so I'm going to.
Her insight check was solely to determine whether or not you were drunk, and she failed it. So I was like, dang it. Probably should have given her advantage since she had 2 beer, but
you're like holding beer in the prison. I'm like, well, give me one of those. I mean,
I would have asked.
I didn't even notice the beer. I was laying on the ground, I'm assuming. Anyways, I don't want there to be like frustration on your perspective. So, because that will affect the mood of the table if you're like, why are you guys making stupid decisions? Not that you said that, but that's how it felt.
To be fair, we are kind of making stupid decisions, so.
Okay, well. I
know. I appreciate everything that you've said. I'm not taking anything away from that.
I'm not sure what to do from here, but
I think I'm just going to die and I'll have to live with the consequences of my choices.
Kidding me?
You gonna die.
You're taking like 6 guards hitting me in the head. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Wow.
Someone's at least going to have to bring me back.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool beginning story.
Bring you back from the dead.
Because I think my issue is like I always just go with my first instinct, and my instinct is just like, how can I quickly solve this as quickly as possible? And so it tends to be the negative route because that's where my brain goes. I'm like, he said no, I'm gonna make him say yes. And my intimidate is higher than my persuasion.
Guard people, it's the worst. Like, you're making the worst choices that the drunk people at the concerts always make.
I didn't say they're good.
Rush the stage.
Yes.
Thunk.
It's called roleplay. Do the things that I would not do. It's liberating. I'm going to intimidate this guard and damn with the consequences.
Have you noticed that those things don't work?
No, I have, but it's great storytelling. Giselle almost dies. Papu almost dies. It's just, maybe one day I'll learn. Anyways, so guards were bashing my head in. Continue.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Air Genasi, what are you doing in the room?
Drinking my beer.
It's legitimate, right? Like, that is what the character was doing. My visceral reaction would be what I hope would be what someone who's listening to this podcast will do when, you know.
Kyle slowly took both hands and wiped them down his face in an attempt to wipe this horrible situation away.
Okay, Aaron, we're just going to move away from
This.
whatever just happened in here.
That's fair.
What else
Which
to
is,
do to make
it's
this
fine.
situation
There's
okay?
nothing you can do. You're stuck. It's okay. We'll get around it. Tex, you're standing there on the street. 4 guards walk up. One of the guards looks at you and says, "What are you doing here?"
Well, sir, I'm here on the prison tour.
Yeah, someone has scammed you, my friend. There is no prison tour. This is the whole thing.
I'm afraid I did, sir, but that's all right. I will see myself out.
Very sad to hear that. I'll give you a tour if you wish. That over there, that's the guardhouse. Those are the cells. There you go. You've had a tour.
How very enlightening. Thank you for your patronage, Mr. Guard, sir.
Oh, and over there you can see the guillotine. It's new.
I see that there is no stains of blood on it.
No, that's tomorrow. First thing in the morning. Chop, chop.
Yeah. So then I will start to slowly shuffle away from the 4 of them. And then I will head over back to where they were. Where,
Sure.
Alabama and
is
Florida.
talking to Florida, so you do not hear anything inside.
Nope.
Can my angel senses tingle?
Sure, your angel senses tingle.
Wait a minute. Something doesn't seem right. And I leave the building and I quickly run over to the other building. Don't worry, Florida, I'll be back. And I like tiny hustle over,
Sure.
like little itty bitty steps.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, I see the door open
Yeah,
slightly.
the door opens as a bunch of guards come out,
Yeah, and I'm
dragging the unconscious forms of 2, your anthropologist and your archaeologist.
and so
Yeah, I know.
I look at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened here?
Couple of malcontent thieves.
Oh, sir, no, those aren't thieves. Those are my siblings, and they're not all there.
There was some hell of a deception roll.
We are adopted and from the same orphanage, all right?
Sure.
And so, they're not all there. And sometimes they kind of create these stories. They're actors, you see. And, my one, she's pretty drunk. I don't know if you noticed. And I don't honestly think she knew where she was.
News where she was.
So I do
What
apologize.
is it you want out of this beautiful story you're wheeling and dealing to these people?
I would like them to let my new friends go.
Okay, you're trying to persuade them to let them go?
Yeah, in a nice way.
All right, make a persuasion check.
Can I use my non-existent gem?
Haven't even started the adventure yet.
I get advantage, right? Sick.
Can I do that help thing, even though I'm unconscious?
Oh, wait.
Please.
Yeah, you have the thing that we all like.
Can I give myself a thing?
Give yourself a thing.
What do we call it?
Are you going to be rolling a persuasion check, or are you calling for guidance from your god?
Oh, persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. 15.
Okay, he will let them go right now at the low cost of 70 gold.
Can I offer my white sequined glove?
Bruh.
Dude.
Bruh.
It's pretty.
You don't have 70 gold?
I have 5. Were we given additional at the beginning that I didn't write down? That's awkward.
He did write us an email.
200 gold.
I thought it was...
That or
wasn't it,
something else, right?
No, wasn't it we all got a pool of 2,500 or 500 each?
Something like that, sure.
Yeah.
I will pay the 70 gold from my pool of money that I have on my sheet.
Cool. Then release your possibly unconscious companions, compadres.
Anything else?
One other question. Those peoples that are in the cells over there when we did the tour, is that their last fate, or is there a way for them to get out of there?
No, their fates are sealed.
Can I ask what they did?
Yeah, killing, mayhem, murder, things like that.
All of them?
Well, there's a lot of people over there.
Would their sentence be reduced if they apologized for their sin?
I don't rightly know. Why? You want to free one of these prisoners?
You know, sir, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yes. You see, me here, I lost my lover on one of those expedition thingies. And, you know, my brother and kind of law, you know, because we ain't got married yet. So it's his sister, and we're here trying to find her. And I'm under the understanding that someone in one of your cells is the only person that knows how to help us. So if you would be so kindly, I just want my lover back.
So, one of the prisoners in the cells knows something? What do they know?
They know where the expedition was.
What expedition is this?
For Tamoachan, Tamacheka.
Chimichanga.
Your forms are big green limbs and long face laying on the ground. Air Genasi nearby, possibly unconscious, maybe not.
Really drunk.
She just passed out herself. She didn't get
She's
beaten
drunk
up.
texting everybody.
He waves the other guards to go back inside, and he looks at you, looks at the terrafolk.
You going to Tamoachan?
Yes, sir. That's the intention.
And you need that man, that Florida man?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
10%.
Of our findings?
10%. You give me 10%.
10% of what?
Goal. Yes.
Of the tour guide fee?
We all know that's a fiction. No. You going to Tamoachan?
Yeah.
You can bring back all that wealth to me. 10%.
Yeah, okay. Does that 10% get us Florida Man stuff?
Oh, yes.
Perfect. Florida Man, what'd you think about that?
The guy in the other cell's like, I'm in!
I'm like, thumbs up. Can I leave now?
Oh, hey, you're leaving in the morning?
Yeah, we're going to leave first thing, sir.
What's the inn you're staying at?
You know, I'm not quite sure.
Make one up.
The Shill and
That's
Lee's.
an alehouse.
Oh, they don't have also, I just assume all taverns, you know.
I know, hey? Not all taverns.
Not all taverns, hashtag.
It's the Two Blythe.
I believe it's called the Two Blythe.
Oh, you mean the True Love Tavern?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Well, now my sister is still here. You watch your tongue.
I meant for when we find her. You know what I mean?
What makes you so sure she's come back with you?
You watch your tongue, sir.
That's right. You call me sir.
How about I just go get that gear?
Thank you, sir.
Then we'll be on our way to Tamoachan. This was a very insightful and educational tour, sir.
You come to
Okay.
the dust of the street.
Mm-hmm.
You're laying on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I made some bad decisions. When will you learn, Pennsylvania? When will you learn?
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.
I'm a guy.
That's why I called you her idiot brother.
Oh, whoops.
Idiot brother.
My bad.
Fitting this to a T. For
Someone
Texas.
forgot the story.
It was a while ago. That was at least 7 days.